Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Magic Tech. Okay, this is a tutorial on how to create a nav bar. Okay, let's create our folder and drop it into VS Code as usual. You know, that's the easiest way to go, creating your folder and dropping it in VS Code. Let's remove the startup bar and let's go live so we can be able to see our HTML render on our web browser. Okay, let's create an index.html. Okay, let's drop this down. Let's drop this too and create a style.css file. Okay, our boilerplate, you know how we do it. Shift exclamation mark and let's link our CSS to our index file. Okay, let's change that to home page. Let's bring up our browser on 2 pages. Okay, Windows plus left arrow key or right arrow key. Okay, let's create a class header, div.header, that's the short form. Then let's make sure we create everything. Okay, what we're going to do is our plan. We're going to create a rectangle. So after creating a rectangle, we create other rectangles in it. Okay, let's get started. Header, okay, background, which will be black. Then we'll give it width and height. So with width and height, you can go with any dimension, but we are creating a responsive header. You understand? That's a responsive nav bar. So we need to use 100% with the width, because if you are running it with pixel is static. When you reduce the width of your screen, you understand, maybe you are on big screen and you go to a smaller screen, you will notice that you have a scroll bar and everything is just running up and down. Okay, let's create a box. So we call it box 1. We give it background, height and width. So everything is red because we copied that and it's 100%. So we need to just create 4 to 5 boxes. So we change from 100 to 20%. Then we'll go to our index.html and copy and paste the box 5 times depending on your nav bar. So for mine, I'm using 5 boxes. Then is in box, display is box right now because the default of a div is box. So let's make sure we divide them and know how many there are. 5. So I'm using 2 pixel solid white for the border. Okay, let's do display flex because default is in block. You can see now they go to the right. Now you can see the responsiveness. You can see I shrink the screen and they are shrinking with the screen because I use width 100%. You understand? And I use on the box I use width 15% too. So no matter what I do, everything is going to shrink with the screen. Even though I go to any mobile phone, I select iPhone 12 Pro, Samsung Galaxy S20, just pick any phone, is going to what? Shrink with the screen size. That's why it's important for you not to use pixel. Well, you can use pixels for practice, but when you're doing a real project, you need to use percent, because 100% of the screen, it will always go 100% of the screen, while it's small or it's big, it go 100%. Okay, with that done, let's give them text. Let's say home, class, product, about me, then log in. Okay, let's style that. Number 1, we do display flex. For center an element, you do display flex, align item center, justify content center. Is going to center that object. perfectly. That's for the flex display, flex, when you're using the flex box. Okay, then you need to adjust the width. You can see some are shrinking together with it, so you adjust the width accordingly, but we need everything to be at the center properly. So for the header, display flex, align item center, justify content center, then everything is going to be shrinking according to the screen. It's so easy for you to create a responsive nav bar while you're using percent, that's 100% and other. On the width, the height is really a dangerous property to set, but due to this is just an example, that's why we're using the height. But the most important thing is just the width, which is what, 100%. But now let's change it to pixel and see what will happen. Okay, just notice something. What are you saying? It's not shrinking with it because we changed it to pixel, but while it's 100%, it will surely shrink with the screen. But while it's pixel is a fixed something, you understand? It's a fixed dimension. So while you use them pixel, it will not shrink. Instead of shrinking, it will overflow the screen and it will go outside your viewport, you understand? So we need to learn how to use our percent so that everything is going to, especially our width. When you know that the width is going from the beginning of the screen to the end of the screen, you use 100%. If you are putting something at the middle, the width of that something that will be inside, you use percent again, you understand? But now maybe something is 50% of the screen, you use 50% of the screen, so that when it's shrinking, everything will shrink accordingly. Even the text, yes, the text, you can put in a p tag and put the width of that p tag should be in percentage. Okay, let's create a nav bar but at the side. So let's create a link so we can be able to link to another page. That's what we're putting an a tag. A tag is a link. So let's create class.html. Okay, our boilerplate as usual. I close the sidebar using Ctrl B. So you'll be wondering how did I close it? I close it with Ctrl B. Okay, let's link our CSS to our HTML. So we are still using our style.css, but if you're going to do a good job, you have to create another style for another page. Okay, let's do div.sidebar. The dot is a class, is a short form for class. Instead of writing div class is equals to sidebar, you write div.class. Okay, so when we click the class on the first page, we are going to go to the what, to the next page, which is the class and which is the sidebar. Okay, so now box 1a, which is the link showing blue color with an underline, text decoration none, and the underline will go color black, then the color blue goes. Now what we do is we need items in the sidebar too, so we copy and paste the others, and we can just say we can just change the text primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5. I think I just love that. Let's just use it for an example. Everybody, we are creating ours, so this is mine. I use primary 1. You can use anything you want. It's a fun class. I mean, it's not like it's a strict something that you have to just use what I use. If you don't like primary 1, 2, 3, you can use just 1, 2, 3. Abikolo, Jealousy 1, Jealousy 2, Jealousy 3. Okay, so now let's design the sidebar. You can still use the same design we use on our nav bar, but we just have to tweak some things because they are all the same. But right now we don't need it to be at 100% width, but now we need the height to be 100%, and the width should be halfway. So we can use either 20%, we can use either 30%, depending on your dimensions. Just look at your work. If you notice now, the primary 1, 2, 3 items is shrinked. So what we're going to do now is, we are not using box 1, you understand, we change it to box 2, then we redesign our box there. I think that would be a good idea than using the box 1, but if you can do it and you can use box 1, I think it's still okay, because when everything is so choked together, you get confused later when your code is going to about maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 lines. So we are on it. So what we need to do is just copy and paste for the box 2. Just need to tweak some things, just few things like the width of the items are shrinking together, so we need to at least 50% is okay, but everything's at the middle because we are using display flex, align item center, justify content center, you understand. So now from this sidebar, we see flex direction column. Don't forget, the flex direction column makes it come back to block form because we align item center. So the flex direction column makes it vertically. Okay, let's increase the width. It's so easy when you use display flex to arrange your box. Display flex, everything's going to go to horizontally. Then if you do flex direction column, it's going to be vertical now, but with the default everything is vertical in block form. That's display block. So you can tweak the dimension once or twice. Then let's move it to the right by using margin left. You can do anything you want, just depending on what you want. So while shrinking the height, you can see everything is shrinking with the page, nothing is hiding from anything because we used percent. And just imagine we using pixel for height and something like that, you know, to be a big problem. So I think you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. While using percentage, it shrinks with the screen, so we can choose any font size and we'll still get the same result. You can see we're not losing anything, but everything is shrinking with the page. So if you understand this tutorial properly, I'll be very, very happy while you try your own different ideas, because you need to just be flexible, you know, change dimensions, do these, you know, just change things. Thanks for watching the tutorial. Please like and subscribe this channel for more. Thank you.